What is killware? Should you be worrying about killware? Let me explain what is killware and whether you should be worrying about it or not, and how it might impact you and what action you should take to prevent such attacks. Need not to be just killware. I'm going to give you a few tips to protect your digital assets like a phone, laptop or a desktop. First, let's start with what is killware. Before I talk about the topic, let me introduce myself. My name is Ram Avancha. I'm a certified blockchain solution architect, a trainer, and a consultant. I'm on a mission to create 100,000 blockchain developers, a community of blockchain experts, including developers, architects, QA engineers, business analysts, support engineers, etc. I hope we as a community will create world-class decentralized applications in the next coming years. Coming back to the video today, on this particular video, we will be talking about what is killware, because there are news breaking about, there are senators talking about killware. What do you know about killware? Let me explain what is killware. Killware is actually a kind of a program or a code which is deployed onto these machines with the sole intention of harming people, of physical harm. Technically, according to them, like killing people. We had a ransomware where the hacker used to get into your system, they'll lock your system, and they'll steal your data. But the new way of cyber criminals, they're getting into, I think we can call them as psychopaths, where their sole intention is to do harm to general public. Well, in general, the killware will not impact, or the hackers will not impact general computers. Now, like what laptops we are using on a day-to-day basis, they may not attack them. Their intention is to attack those companies or maybe government agencies where they have control on certain life-dependent activities. Now, maybe just give an example: traffic signals. Now, if the city or the state is controlling the traffic signals, maybe hackers can come and they can probably turn on all the green lights at the same time. That's going to cause some accidents. Or maybe some other examples could be, the space stations, or maybe water boards, if they're doing any kind of operations which might impact a general user. If they attack such computers or a desktop or servers, it's going to impact the normal life. So that is the sole intention. And in general, the general public should not be worrying about their personal asset. The killware is not that serious, because most of these organizations, they have well protected servers, or maybe the firewalls in place. Most of the time the killware happens, or any of the malware happens, because of the human errors. Now, take an example of a TeamViewer or any desk. They open these sessions open, and they use some of the common passwords, and hackers will get access to these IDs, and they can access the server or desktop, eventually connected to their central servers through their connected PC. So it's a requirement, or it's advice for all these critical companies, especially like manufacturing, governments, like a police department, or any other departments which have a direct connection to the consumers. They should be protecting their assets more with regards to killware. We have to add firewalls. You need to have a antivirus and anti-malware software, and also make sure you are stopping the services, especially like especially like AnyDesk or TeamViewer. As soon as your session is over, you go to the services and stop the service, not just closing the program. So those are some of the tips for protecting these government assets. And in general, users like you and me, we should be following these steps to protect our digital assets. One, have an antivirus. Go for a paid version. It's worth investing maybe $20 to $40, $50 per year, but it's worth investing into this antivirus. It's going to protect your digital assets and your data. Have a malware protector, and also make sure you stop the services, or maybe when you're using some of these advanced softwares, these advanced softwares will keep the services on sleep mode, but instead you have to stop the services. As soon as your AnyDesk session is over, or maybe TeamViewer session is over, stop the service. Go to services and stop it. And next thing is, do not use any common passwords. No, we generally keep one password for all the accounts. Try to avoid it. There are quite a few free softwares available. The one I'm using, like a KeePass open source application, and it generates the passwords for me. So for every account I'm using, I have a KeePass master password, and for each individual user accounts, there's a different password. So there's a generator within the KeePass. You can just use those random generated passwords to store the password. You don't have to remember. KeePass will remember, and KeePass, something like that. Now maybe some other applications already there. This one I'm using is a free, so that's why it's quite good. So it works on both laptop, desktops, and the phone. So that's why I'm using it. And also make sure that you're clearing your cache. Maybe 2 days, every 2 days, 3 days, or at least in a week, you clear the cache and make the system. That will also help your system run faster and also safer, because cache is something can be read by most of these hackers. So try to clean the cache as soon as possible. If not, probably schedule it to clean or schedule your laptops or desktop to clean cache very often. And the next and most important thing is, do not click or open the links which are sent via SMS or maybe emails, because we don't know what is authenticity. We don't know where the links are leading. Make sure you're opening those links from a unknown sender, or if you don't know, check the email ID, check the senders, then only click on that, because most of the time those links will carry most of your personal information to their website. So stay away from clicking those links from unknown senders. Okay, so if you follow these few steps, I'm sure that your digital assets will be protected to a certain level. And be always cautious. And now we are seeing a lot of different ways of attacks. There's a health side, there are attacks, cyber side, there are more and more criminals coming in. So make sure you're always protected with the malwares or the antivirus softwares, and at the same time you also take some actions to protect your data. To wind up, is killware really a serious threat? In general, according to the research and according to the specialist, it's not that serious attack, because these are not something like a ransomware. It's going to impact normal users. The killwares now probably they will be deploying into different government agencies, and all of these agencies, all of these private sectors, they have a high security levels, and probably they have to revise their securities to protect such harm from the hackers. So that's it about killware and how you can protect your digital assets with these tips. If you have any questions on the killware, do let me know in the form of comments. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe so that I can share more technical information with you through this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.